Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Thursday, October 23rd, NBA slate. Hopefully you guys had a great day yesterday in the NBA. Yesterday, pretty solid, except for the Hawks and Joel Embiid, so I'd like to send a letter to the 76ers on why the hell are you going to only let him play if we're at 20 minutes, and why the hell didn't he shoot more shots? But I guess we move on off of that one. Some really good games yesterday. The Knicks game was interesting to say the least. Did hit the over there. That was pretty barely skimming by their teeth on that particular one there. There was some interesting other games as well. Suns come way from behind. They get that victory. By the way, the Spurs looked fantastic yesterday. Wembanyama looked like a different person. So maybe all the offseason work with Olajuwon and all that kind of stuff kind of worked out. But I would like to see Wemby a little bit more at the basket than I would up at the top. But Stephen Castle and Wemby were fantastic in that game against the Mavs. A little rough one for Cooper, but Mr. Flag. But, first game out there. By the way, the shock of the day, and I expect big things out of Edgecombe down the road, but man, oh man, did he light it up. 37 points in his debut. Congrats to that young man. That was pretty fantastic. But there was a lot of good action, a lot of games, and now we're back to Thursday, and there's a whopping 2 games, right? So we had 2 games Tuesday, full slate Wednesday, 2 games Thursday. Interesting stuff. All right, we're going to get to it as we're a little bit late. All of our shows brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. Make sure you check out the comments section or the YouTube channel page for the 7-day free trial. Discord channel is available. So typically we just had monthly available. We did make a weekly available as well. If you want to try it out for a week, a little less money to try that out. But we do have both of those available. You'll find the link in the comment section as well as the YouTube channel page. So feel free to check out the Discord or that 7-day free trial, Outlier. Highly recommend both. Let's get to it, shall we? We got 2 whopping games. First game up, pretty simple here. OKC again playing here, 7:40 Eastern time frame. And they're favored by 7.5 over the Pacers. So in this game, obviously, Halliburton's out for the season, right, with the Achilles. Thunder, I will say this. They couldn't have shot any worse from 3, I think. On Tuesday, they pull out that win. They didn't cover at home, but they shot horribly. SGA turned it on late, ended up getting them there. And Mr. Holmgren had a pretty great game as well. So 2 of the 3-headed monster was there. A lot of injuries, like I said, for this particular game. We'll go through. Caruso is out for the Thunder. Right now, let's see here. Who else was out? Jalen Williams is going to be out again. Not a shock there. We might see him next week on that one. Carson Wallace, game time decision. Dort, game time decision. Dort, by the way, what did he go? 0 for 3,000 from the 3-point line? Absolutely ridiculous. He was wide open all over the place. They need to – OKC has to make some threes, or all of that just collapses on SGA and makes his life a lot more difficult. Isaiah Joe is out. Like we mentioned, Caruso's out as well. And for the Pacers, TJ McConnell out and Halliburton out, Quentin Jackson out, and Cam Jones out. So we've got some injuries on both sides here. Thunder favored by 7.5. Total looks like it's 231. Should be a high-scoring game. Obviously, the Pacers like to push the pace. Thunder should be fine. That little helter-skelter is probably good for them as well. I was shocked that the Thunder didn't play a little bit more aggressive defense in game 1 as well, especially the way they can turn teams over. They didn't really put the Rockets to the 94-foot test. It was more of let the Rockets bring it up to half court and play half-court D. And that one didn't make a ton of sense, but maybe they play a little bit more 94 feet. Nembhard's going to be in control of the offense for the Pacers. Obviously, Siakam looks like he's playing tonight. So should be an interesting matchup here. East Coast, Eastern Conference, Western Conference. to get us started in here. Let's give you all the plays we like in this one. We've got quite a few. Thunder -2.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. I will say this, I have seen a couple books streaming to 8.5, so if you want that 7.5 number, probably going to need to get in sooner rather than later. SGA, 33+ points. Holmgren, 18+ points. Holmgren, 2+ threes. Carson Wallace, hopefully he's playing tonight. We do like him for 2+ threes. He has some open looks. SGA, 2+ steals. SGA, 2+ steals and blocks combined. Chet, 8+ rebounds. And Siakam, 2+ turnovers. Siakam can turn the ball over quite a bit. I'm surprised his line wasn't at 2.5, to be really honest, but over 1.5 turnovers for Siakam. I mean, we basically expect the Thunder to kind of, win this game like a $125, $115. I think the game probably goes over. I think that they should be able to win this one by 10. It's going to boil down to, can the Thunder make 3-point shots? That is not where Jalen Williams, a lot of people are like, well, the reason why they only won by 1 was Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams is a big part of the offense, but 3-point specialty is not where he lives. He's normally driving to the basket just like SGA a lot. What he does cover up is those times when SGA is not on the floor, which is typically the start of the second quarter and start of the fourth. But Holmgren needs to make some threes. Carson Wallace threes. If Dort's in the lineup, he needs to make some threes as well. Caruso's going to be out. Caruso's not a fantastic 3-point shooter. He'll make some, and then all of a sudden he'll airball some. They got to have some 3-point shooting to loosen that interior defense up against the Pacers or against anybody, to be really honest. Next game up, Warriors and Nuggets, 10:10 Eastern time frame. Jokic gets his first game. Warriors in game 2 of their season. Warriors favored roughly by 2.5, 233.5 total here. Warriors at home, expect good things out of them in this particular one here. I expect Jokic to play well. They do have a new piece with Cam Johnson. Jamal Murray is, what's going on with Jamal? Jamal seems to be always a game time decision, but not today. He should be in there. For the Warriors, Moody's out, Melton out, and Tui out. And no injury designation for any of the Nuggets players in this one. We expect Jokic to have a big day. I expect Draymond to do well, points, rebounds and assists. Jimmy Butler had a nice 30-point game in game 1. Well, he had 31. Steph didn't shoot the ball tremendously well, and they still got to win on the road at the Lakers. Now, I think the Nuggets are a better team than the Lakers, but with the Warriors going back home, we like that scenario. I think they start off the season 2-0. Warriors money line first quarter. Money line first half, money line for the game. Jokic, 30+ points was plus money. I know his total's at like 29 or 28.5. Instead of paying the juice there, we'll figure he gets another 1 or 2 to get to 30 in that one there. All right, and then we like Pozinski, 13+ points. Jokic, 2+ threes. Pozinski, 2+ threes. Draymond, 6+ rebounds. This is our favorite play in this one. Jokic, 12+ rebounds. Draymond, 6+ assists. He was definitely distributing the ball a lot in that game against the Lakers. I expect him to do the same thing at home here, almost be like a point center, right, in that one there. Then we got Jokic, triple-double. You're getting decent plus money on this one early in the season. And Draymond, 12+ rebounds plus assists. We also had the Draymond for 6 assists. Now, Draymond did end up with 8 points in game 1, but had a nice rebound and assist game total. Should be able to get some open shots. Denver not known for fantastic defense. So expect probably a little bit higher scoring game. Both games could go over in this one. So if you like overs, I think today could be your day. As both teams, I think, are going to want to push. Both games, everybody's going to want to push the pace of play a little bit. All right, that's a rundown of Thursday, October 23rd, the 2 NBA games going on. If you like the content you're seeing here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, get all that stuff. Then when we drop new episodes of bets, a lot of times we try to wait for the lines a little bit more for some player props for everybody. So the times can be a little inconsistent. When we can drop, we just try not to, give you a couple plays. We try to give you, a laundry list of plays that we're playing as well. And we like to make sure we get as many player props in as we can, because who doesn't love those player props, right? So make sure, like I said, subscribe, turn notifications on. That way you get a notification when we drop a new episode. All of our shows on YouTube brought to you by our sponsor, Outlier, the world's number of the leading sports betting app. You get great bet ideas. You get trends, all kinds of different sports as well. It's just not NBA. It's NFL. It's college football. You can find out where the money's coming on the books, and you can odd shop from multiple books in one spot and hold all those bets in one spot from Outlier as well, because syncing those up, you can make your life really, really simple, and that's what we're trying to do, as there's wagering going on every day. So make sure you check that one out as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.